Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Okay, go.
What?
Can you hear me? Am I coming through?
I can hear you. What'd you say?
And I said, go.
I'm ready. This is Jerry with the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is not our 100th episode.
Although technically it's like our 120th by now, but
it doesn't count unless we're in the flesh.
We're in the flesh. I'm in the flesh.
Yeah, that's right. I can't see your.
I'm ethereal.
So. You pronounced that right.
Of course.
I'll listen to this brief video that was common words that are mispronounced, and ethereal was one of them. Another was a word that literally, when I first saw this thing, the thing where they have a picture and then there's words above it.
Yeah.
On the internet. What is that called?
Pictures with words above it? Memes?
Memes, correct. Because it's referring to it's kind of like a mime. Someone doesn't say anything, but you get the point, like a meme.
Right.
The person brought out literally that some people call it a meme. And I thought to myself, I have never heard anybody refer to that as a meme.
A meme?
Literally, 45 minutes later, talking with somebody, they referred to it as a meme. And I thought, you're that person.
I mean, it has to be someone that's never on the internet.
You're what's wrong with the world.
Hey, Jerry, did you get that meme I sent you?
I did. That's a snap meme. I'll tell you what.
Good stuff.
I was ROFLOLL and on the floor.
So what did you do yesterday? I tried to call you several times. I couldn't get hold of you.
I am an American hero.
If no one else will say it, you will.
I'll say it. I did not tell you this story because I wanted to get your response live.
Oh, gosh.
So, ask me that question again. Let me set it up. Ask me like, Jerry, what were you doing yesterday?
Jerry, what were you doing yesterday? I tried to call you several times, and then I called you, you're like, I'm busy.
A bald eagle.
My brethren.
Yes, your brethren. Your brethren. So long story short,
I doubt that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So a bald eagle. We had storms here recently, correct? You remember that?
Yeah.
Had some straight line winds. Everybody's double wide trailer got blown over. So yesterday we received a phone call from our game warden in the area saying that a farmer had called and a tree had blown over and had knocked out a bald eagle's nest, and that he had found a baby bald eagle and it needs to be reunited with its mother.
You need to contact the U.S. government for that, right?
Well, he did. That's what he called the game warden.
Oh.
So the game warden come out, took possession, contacted my old partner on the rescue team where we used to go out and do
SEAL Team 6?
No, we're talking about the fire department.
Oh.
So the high angle rescue
Eagle Team Echo.
Yes, that's right. And so he called me and said, hey, do you want to come try to put a bird's nest up in a tree and try to get this baby eagle reunited with its mother? So we got there and discovered that there were two baby eagles. One had died. One had been, unfortunately, did not survive the landing. Have you ever seen a baby eagle?
No.
Okay.
I don't think they exist in real life. I've never seen an eagle, period, in real life.
They are massive. I'm talking like they are a full-grown bird. This thing was like several months old. Its wingspan was just this was bigger than a goose. All right, this was not what I was imagining. I was imagining a baby.
Did you say bigger than a goose?
Yes.
Oh, a silly goose?
Yes, bigger than a full-grown goose.
Wow.
It was massive. I'll send you a picture of it while we're talking. Anyway, so while we get there, the tree, they have made an artificial nest. They want us to climb up this tree.
Does it come from the anus of an animal?
What?
The artificial nest?
I see what you're doing. You're trying to do a callback, and it's not working.
Callbacks.
And so I'll show you the picture of this baby eagle. This is the baby. It's coming at you, Cleopatra. So we get our rappelling gear, which you can actually utilize rappelling gear. You can climb up things. You can't just rappel down them. You can go up and down. And so
Good God, that's a baby?
That's a baby. Can't fly, can't feed itself.
Grow up, bird.
I know.
Get your life together.
We spend like an hour and a half creating this system of ropes and pulleys to us be able to get 50 feet up in the air, up this tree, and try to install an artificial nest and then get this baby eagle up into it, all whilst its mama is flying overhead.
Better watch out.
It freaked me out because it sat in a tree and watched us. Like, what are you doing with our baby?
I was judging you.
But yeah, and so like bald eagles are just an amazing thing to see. But I had never seen.
Did it have the white head?
Yes, but the babies don't. Like it takes them a long time to. They're several years old before they develop the white head.
The gray hair. They got to get some experience and wisdom in life.
A group of bald eagles can be either called a soar, a tower, a jubilee, a convocation, or an airy. But
Jack is getting big.
Jack's coming in. He's harassing me.
Jack,
no,
we're doing important things.
That's right.
He's sneaking up.
So
hey, he's at your 6.
So, anyways, I saved a baby bald eagle, stuck him back in his nest.
Proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free.
I found out that these bald eagles are apparently you get fined a lot of money if you accidentally kill one, or if you purposely kill one. Even if you can't even take their feathers.
That's because that's illegal. Illegal.
Mm-hmm. Not laugh. Nah, try again.
That's because it's illegal.
That joke went over my head. Soared over my head. But they had to take the dead eagle and they take it to like a repository somewhere. I mean, they have to account for them for some reason. I don't know. So I had an interesting afternoon climbing 50 foot up into a tree.
Saving the bird of the nation.
Really hoping the mama feeds it.
You glitched.
That's how they do, don't they?
You really hope the mama feeds it, because what?
Yeah, because you don't. It can't feed itself. Someone have to go out there and buy some Big Macs and eat them and then regurgitate them back up.
Bird, get yourself a job.
Speaking of jobs, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
I was actually going to.
I thought you were going to merge it into Wingspan.
I was. That's what I was going to do.
But you didn't do it very smoothly.
That was a hard merge. I'm talking about the Board Game Golden Geek Awards. And we were not nominated to be podcast or whatever. And we don't hold that against anybody because we have I think 5 of our listeners are actually on BGG. We just don't care. We're on the fringe.
That's what you got to say. We don't care. We don't care.
I'm not going to say I cried a little bit when I saw we at least weren't even nominated. But either ways, the awards have come out. And so I'd like to discuss these awards, who won. So obviously, Wingspan was Board Game of the Year. Wingspan also won Artwork Presentation. It also won Best Card Game. It also won Family Game. It also won Solo Game and Strategy Game.
Yes, all of those things.
All of those things. No.
What?
No. None of that is correct. No, it's not. And here's why. How can you be the best family game and the best strategy game? Are those two? Doesn't one cancel out the other? Isn't by definition, if it's a strategy game, it's slightly too heavy to be a family game, in my opinion.
Well, that's kind of like the difference. I mean, according to the C.O.B.R.A, they make that differentiation usually because the C.O.B.R.A winner is usually a family weight game.
Mm-hmm.
But then they give the Kennerspiel to a more strategic style game, right?
Right. And so was my thinking, is that it just doesn't seem right. And then when I began looking at the nominations and the various other things regarding it, there were nearly 10,000 votes. So this is more
the same
of a
people
popularity.
That vote for Pandemic,
Right. This is more of a popularity contest than it is actually discerning connoisseurs of bird games. It's just people who they enjoy this game so much that they continually vote for it. For instance, one of the nominees for Board Game of the Year, Clank Legacy. A lot of people love that. Isle of Cats, it's gotten a lot of talk. Wonderful World, getting blown up. Marvel's Champions, a lot of people talking about that. Paladins of the West Kingdom, everybody's talking about that mess. Maracaibo, Barrage, for which we love. This PAX Premier Second Edition even got nominated. There were a bunch of games that obviously were out there, people talking about it. And the runner-up for Board Game of the Year, two runners up, Paladins of the West Kingdom, which is understandable. A lot of people like that game.
But you said
Tapestry?
The runner-up was what? Paladins?
Paladins.
Oh, yeah.
But Tapestry was also a runner-up. Tapestry for Board Game of the Year. No,
I disagree.
No. What are they thinking?
Did you get on there and vote? Did you let your voice be heard with your vote?
I did. I did.
Well, so much for that.
I voted.
You were outvoted.
I voted for us.
Yeah, I shared my thoughts on it in my pod solo, and I figured you would have something to say.
I agree with the Heavy Cardboard being the best podcast. Heavy Cardboard is the guys for which there's very few podcasts that are board game related that I listen to. I have watched them on YouTube explain games, which I very much appreciate. They do a fine job on, and I've listened to some of their episodes. And it's been a long time coming. Heavy Cardboard and I are in solidarity that we've both been kicked off and banned from Reddit. And so we have, I do not know the runner-up for best podcast, the So Very Wrong About Games. I've not listened to them. And the No Pun Included podcast, which has a whopping 9 episodes, come in the next runner-up. That to me also very much signals that the people are just voting for their favorite thing. They're not voting for the quality.
I've heard of this one.
Yeah, but No Pun Included does an excellent job on their videos. I mean, they're good at other things. I just don't think their podcast.
The podcast is fine. I mean, I've listened to it, but again, yeah, you got a show that's got 9 episodes. That's not much of a what's the sample size?
It's not a large body of work.
No.
We have both of those covered. We have a large body of work, and you have a large body. We should have at least gotten a more votes,
As soon as you said large body of work, I knew something was coming my way.
It's hard to miss you. I'm drinking too. What are you drinking? I seen you gulping something down quickly.
12.
Proper 12?
Yeah.
Picked up my game. I'm drinking some Teeling.
Oh, well, must be nice to be rich. That's that big eagle money you get coming in. Savior of the Eagles. Here's your bonus, sir.
Yes. Let's see. Best party game, Wavelength. I've not played it, but they put Wavelength, Litter Jam, and Men at Work. Okay. The best solo game I take umbrage with. This Wingspan is best solo game. I just naturally assumed out of the nominations for best solo game, which included Cartographers, Cloudsphere. Cloudsphere is all the rage with a lot of solo players, as is PAX Premier. I was very disappointed that PAX Premier didn't make at least runner up. Marvel Champions, which haven't played it, but it's also getting a lot of love from solo players.
I just purchased Marvel Champions, FYI.
Well, I assumed that it would be that would win it. The same thing is true with strategy games. I thought that Maracaibo or Barrage, City of the Big Shoulders, shout out to Mr. Who's the guy that we talked to? Chandler? Yeah, Raymond Chandler, the designer. Yeah, he got nominated. Good for him. That's a good game.
That's also a good strategic game.
Yeah. So it didn't even make the runner-up. It got nominated.
My main thing with, like I said, it's not Wingspan's fault. You got to blame the voters. But it's just Wingspan, a game of card drafting, card drawing, and several people will say there's a lot of chance in Wingspan. You might get a good run of cards that works out very well for you, or you might not. But you're still drawing cards randomly. Whereas City of Big Shoulders, Barrage, there's no chance in any of those games. They are, by the mechanisms of the game, more strategic. Because you can sit there and plan things out without something coming up that's going to surprise you or change what you're doing. Except for the play of the other players. Then you might change your game plan. But Wingspan is, you might have a good game, you might not, depending on what you draw. That's not strategic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
IMO.
I'm just kind of irritated at the Golden Geek. It has turned into a award that's just a popularity contest. There is no quality.
Like I said, when you have Pandemic Legacy Season 1 is the greatest game of all time according to BGG users, what do you want? What do you want?
I don't know what I want. Here's what I want. What I really, really want. I want.
Tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
I want a board game award that's legit. It's too legit.
But you can't. You can't because here's how you do it.
No,
that's because you would have to have people that have played every game, and that's just not possible.
No, you don't. You don't. Do you think the foreign press watches every single movie?
No. And that's why it doesn't matter. Like the Oscars, they're invalid as well because
they're not.
They literally say those people get on there and they just vote for what they've heard is good.
The Oscars are very valid. The Oscars are valid.
No.
The Oscars are valid. I don't know where you're coming up with this mess.
They say the Oscar people that do the voting. It is well known in film, podcasting, Twitter world. These people that work on all these reporters, they say.
It's me whispering to my child, close the door.
They say that several of these are a bunch of, people that have been doing it for years. Several of them are old. They don't watch all these movies. They vote for what they have heard is supposedly good. Now, I'm not saying all of them by any means, but it's still happening. And it's just...
Did you just call out the foreign press?
I'm calling out, hey, foreign press, I'm calling you out right now.
All right, so here's the thing. Here's what I want. And I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to start this. Now, mind you can't hold me to this because I have been drinking a little. And at times when I get ideas pop into my head, I try to make stuff happen that's not feasible. But here's what I'm going to do.
I would almost guarantee it's not going to happen. Jerry Baker,
who are you? I'm going to formulate a group of board game media people, designers, reviewers, smart people, the best of people, great people. And we are going to get together and we are going to form a coalition of board gamers that are going to actually develop an award, much like the Golden Geek, but it's going to be based off of our refined opinion.
But that's already being done in other people's opinion. You have the Dice Tower Awards. They
suck.
Who? They have people in those very categories voting on stuff. No, they
don't. That Dice Tower Awards, they do the People's Choice, which is just the same people on. Yes, they do.
They have the designers and stuff.
Here's the deal. You don't want an echo chamber of people who like the same things you do. That's why you get a nice peppering of designers on your group. You get some lay people. You get some media types.
Lay people that make the chips?
Yes. You get those with ripples, and this is those without.
Ruffles.
And then you get certain ones that like different categories. Everybody's played a lot of games, people who are devoted to the hobby. And then you kind of massage that a little bit. And what comes out?
Oh, yeah.
A great award. That's what you need. And that's what I'm working on. I'm going to assemble this. I'm going to make this happen. As president of the Coalition of Board Game Awards,
it's just not possible.
I am going to make this happen, and it will be great.
Because
is that C.O.B.R.A looking in at you? I'm watching you on camera.
Well,
tell her we're podcasting. This is the one thing I hate about doing everything over the internet is that everybody's family, for some reason, when we're podcasting, my kids keep coming in here going, "What are you doing, Daddy?"
Hey, Jerry.
Jack, come here.
He might not can hear you since you're not on the microphone.
I can't hear anything.
Say, hey, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Hello, C.O.B.R.A. Nice to see you. How do you like your job?
He asked, how do you like your job? She's worked 2 days in the last 3 weeks, so she likes it pretty good right now.
What happened? Is she furloughed?
Yeah, they just told her to go home, and they're going to pay her while she's home.
Wow.
Hey, Jack. No, Jack can't hear me either, can he?
No, must be nice. Us essential workers out there saving lives and eagles and everything. I mean, come on.
Well, this is the thing.
All right, tell me the thing.
It's just, you basically have a jury of your peers with different taste, but it's never going to be perfect. There's not a perfect system. I just saw you kiss I've never seen you show affection in any form or fashion, and you just kissed your son on the cheek.
I told my son I loved him. He's doing a good job. He was outside mowing the lawn for me.
I thought you only said I love you to me.
No.
You've never kissed me on the cheek, though. A Judas kiss.
This is him. This is the one.
I mean, it sounds good, but it's basically people all do that. It's like, oh, I don't like the choice that these people made, so I'm making my own awards. Then you make yours.
Well, that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's what everybody does.
That's here's the thing.
You have the Dice Tower Awards. You have the C.O.B.R.A. You have the Golden Geeks. There's all sorts of.
I don't know these people. All people I know is the coalition. What did I say? It was a coalition of board game awards or whatever I'm going to name this thing.
You need to whatever. Wait. You need to get it where the initials spell Cobra.
The Coalition of Board Game Reviewer Awards. Oh! And I am its commander. That's awesome.
Cobra.
Yes. I will remind you that the very reason this podcast, the boardgamesnobs@gmail.com, send us an email, exists is because we did not like the reviews of others. And we decided that we need to put our own opinion out there. And at some point in time,
decide what's best for you.
At some point in time, we started drinking a little too much and we sang something about Enya, and the whole podcast just went downhill from there. And it's never been about board since.
Yeah. Board games are secondary.
But the awards are important.
No, you're way too close to the mic just then.
We need to fix the award system. How can we be legit if we don't have a good award system? It's like JCPenney awards. Do you have JCPenney awards? Did you sign up for that? Every time I go in there and buy khakis, I get 38 points.
I bet you've got thousands of points because you have khakis on every day.
Do you see these Argyle socks I'm wearing? Can you see them?
Of course.
I use that with my JCPenney awards.
What else would you have on? Hey, next time we record, you're going to have to push record on your side because you've been glitching a bunch.
I'm not glitching. It's you.
Okay, well, then I still need your side.
The one time I don't record my stuff, you're saying I'm glitching.
You are.
Well, maybe I'm not. Maybe it's just you. Maybe it's me getting out of the matrix.
Oh, we had several people write in for the coffee roasters. Probably by the time this comes out, I will have already done it. Congratulations to insert name here. Devin Harris.
I saw you. I noticed that as soon as you start offering free stuff, you start getting people to send you emails so that you can just have your own satisfaction of having email exchanges with people. This is a trap. I almost immediately sent you an email saying, hey, I want this. Send it to me. Put my name out there.
You've got a copy, and you don't even play yours.
I have the copy of Stronghold Games copy, and you have the Tashi copy.
I thought it was Tashi.
Yes.
Tashi.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to jail. Tashi 6'4", or whoever he is. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of him.
6'9"?
Yeah, that's what I said. He's going to jail.
I think he's already in jail.
He ratted everybody out, which is something I would never do. I keep everything on the DL. I'm going to donate my copy of Stronghold Games Coffee Roasters to somebody too. I'm going to admit that Gabi is right. The app has killed the board game for me.
Mm-hmm.
It has killed it for me. And so I'll send my copy to somebody too.
Oh, okay.
But only somebody I like. I'm not going to do this random draw.
I'll let you.
If I send you the copy, it's because I like you, not because you want it, not because you earned it.
Well, they haven't earned it. Like their name goes in a hat. I put them in there and I draw one out.
I don't have hats. I don't own hats. I don't want my hair obstructed.
Oh, must be nice. I'm
going to choose who I want. And who I feel like
well,
they
how are
deserve
you going to know that they want it?
And then they sent an email, and then I signed it. I'll sign it. I'll sign it across the board, top of it, big bold letters.
We did have somebody requesting that we sign it, and I was curious as to why.
Well, it's because they want to feel a part of the podcast, and they want to know that you are a real person and not some bot that I just have in the background that tells dad jokes and makes. That's all I can do for now. Good night, everybody. And welcome to the show. Stay tuned for the C.O.B.R.A Awards, which I will begin working on as we speak. I will be getting those who will be members of the C.O.B.R.A board of trustees soon.
Coalition
Stand by.
Board Game Reviewers Association Analytics Award Show.
That's right. Got this.
All right.
This is Jerry.
This is Gabi. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.